the banana zone. The banana zone is when all sorts of crazy stuff starts happening. Now, it's suggesting here that we can see a 10x in the entire market cap of altcoins X Ethereum. Okay, that's a lot. That's a huge move. Some of these things are going to move massively. And again, remember the thesis, don't fuck this up. You're going to lose your mind. You're going to be buying all the stupid shit your friends are telling you about. Just be careful. Keep the majority in the majors. Keep 80, 90% in the majors. Keep 10% for capturing some stuff here. Most of it, you'll fail to make money on. Trust me, I've been there before.
Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. In today's video, Real Vision co-founder and CEO Raoul Pal shares his insights on the price action in Bitcoin and why it could be entering the banana zone. Based on charts and data from his research and global macro investor, Raoul provides valuable perspectives on what investors should look for next.
Anyway, altcoin season about to kick in. Presidential election years. It's hitting your X feed right now. You can see it's warming up. I'm filming this ahead of the presidential debate. This is the time when Bitcoin seasonally is extremely strong. So these summer months, June, July, August, then we get that kind of chop around that ahead of the election where people don't know what it means and who's going to be taxed and whatever. So people reduce risk a bit. And then after the election, whoever wins, the market continues the banana zone. That's generally the pattern. Again, don't expect it's perfection, but generally it's up and to the right from here onwards with a consolidation correction in the middle, and expect those corrections, that volatility, expect down 35%, down 25%. They're all normal. Like on X in the last week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, people are losing their minds because the market went sideways. Guys, patience. Have a long-term view. Okay, the banana zone. So we did the Bitcoin halving zone. The boring zone is completing now. And next we go into the full banana zone. You can see the phases of the market. That's what we should be expecting to see. And that's what I'm hoping to see. That's the 2016 Bitcoin halving cycle. It's the most similar to me right now. Again, don't expect the things to play out the same. But I think it more likely plays out more like the 16-17 cycle than it does the 2021 cycle. We'll just have to see. We'll have to look when we go. But the banana zone cometh. And that is your reward. These are the bananas. That curve on the chart, that's the reward you're going to get for holding on for your dear fucking life. Patience. Don't get over your ski tips. Don't use leverage. Don't FOMO into dumb shit. Keep the right assets in your portfolio. Don't go too far out the risk curve and just let it all play out. Patience is a virtue.
Bitcoin has not reached the top of its current appreciation cycle and is likely to go past its all-time high this year, according to a research report released by CTA on Tuesday. Bitcoin hit an all-time high of above $73,700 in March, but has since been trading within a range between roughly $59,000 and $72,000. The journey to the record high in March was largely driven by the approval and launch of the spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, or ETF, in the U.S. in January. They have attracted net inflows to date of around $14.41 billion to date. ETF allow investors to buy a product that tracks the price of Bitcoin without owning the underlying cryptocurrency. Crypto proponents say this has helped legitimize the asset class and make it easier for larger institutional investors to get involved. The Bitcoin cycle refers to the period in which the digital currency ascends to a new record high, then falls again to enter a bear market or crypto winter. These cycles, of which 3 have now been completed since the launch of Bitcoin, have tended to follow a similar pattern. That has been centered around an event called the halving, during which the reward for miners is cut in half, reducing the supply of Bitcoin onto the market. Typically, halving often occurs months before Bitcoin hits an all-time high for the cycle. This current cycle has been different. Bitcoin rose to its latest record high before halving due to the bullishness around the ETF in the US. With Bitcoin trading within a range after the all-time high, many have questioned whether the cryptocurrency has reached the top of the current cycle. CETA's report, which examined historical Bitcoin price movements, suggests it can reach a new height. The data and research firm said historical trends have shown that the halving event has always preceded a period of price expansion that can last anywhere from 366 days to 548 days, before producing a cycle top, with each halving experiencing a longer cycle than the one prior, due to maturation of the asset class and lowered volatility. The last Bitcoin halving took place on April 19 this year, so those historical timeframes have yet to pass. Moreover, we have observed a decline in trading activity on centralized exchanges for nearly 2 months following the halving event in previous cycles, which seems to have mirrored this cycle. This suggests that the current cycle could expand further into 2025, CT Data said.
I know everyone gets confused, everyone gets nervous, because, look, the reality is the banana zone's funny. It's funny because it's shaped like the banana, it's phallic, it's just amusing, markets go bananas, we all love it, we all act like ape, I get that. But I also understand fully it's everybody's hopes and dreams. So look, I take that very responsibly, and it's scary sticking my neck out this much, but I'm trying to help as many people as possible. I honestly think this space going from 2.5 trillion in crypto to 100 trillion by, let's say, 2032 is going to be the biggest, largest wealth accumulation in history, and I want everybody to come along for the ride. It won't be easy. You will fuck it up at some point, and so will I. But we'll do our best to make it there in one piece and to have made a ton of money, because it is the way to unfuck your future. I know there's a lot of swearing in these things, but these are effective means of communications. They're means to communicate that this is really important, how to unfuck your future, and that you need to abide by a set of rules to not get thrown off. Don't fuck this up. Those two things should be immensely powerful for you in your journey. Now, I think Solana outperforms. I think there's going to be other coins that outperform Solana, particularly big layer ones. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section what you think is going to beat Solana. There's people on Twitter keep shilling me coins, and I say, well, show me the chart that's outperforming Solana and I'll listen to you. Now, a small meme coin doesn't really count, but I do think WIF has a decent chance of outperforming Solana. Now, I won't put my main money in WIF. Why? Don't fuck this up rules. Says don't do that. But there are going to be opportunities to be had.
Capriol Investments founder Charles Edwards said multiple on-chain metrics suggest that Bitcoin's failure to print new highs after 2 retests is a sign of weakness. In his latest newsletter, Edwards explained that the Bitcoin long-term holder LTH inflation rate has increased steadily over the last 2 years. According to Glassnode, the LTH market inflation rate measures annualized accumulation or distribution rates over and above daily issuance to miners. Higher values indicate that LTAs are adding to sell-side pressure as their Bitcoin holdings diminish. At bull market tops, market inflation peaks above nominal inflation at the 2% threshold, which typically marks a high likelihood of the cycle top being in, says Edwards. At 1.9 today, we are too close to that level for my liking. Another metric that is useful in determining market cycles and assessing whether Bitcoin is bullish or bearish is dormancy flow, which gauges the number of coins being spent relative to the overall trend. Additional data from Glassnode reveals that the Bitcoin dormancy score has sharply increased over the last 90 days. Edwards observed that this metric peaked significantly in April, suggesting the average age of coins spent is significantly higher in 2024. Peaks in this metric, Z-score, typically see cycle tops just 3 months later, the analyst explained. Well, it's now 3 months later. The price has only gone down, and the dormancy Z-score peak remains with a structure very comparable to the 2017 and 2021 tops. At its current value, the dormancy flow Z-score means that Bitcoin is overvalued relative to the sum of coins in a transaction without being backed by trading volume. This suggests that Bitcoin price may have hit a cycle top, which could also be bearish for the broader crypto market. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Seller. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.